168 fighter. And I know it sounds crazy, but if he were to like turn around and be like, hey, yeah, I'll fight David.
Like, I'll be dope. I have a lot of respect for Terence Crawford. Yeah. And just because I want to fight, if we would fight, doesn't mean we have hard feelings for each other. He's definitely a great fighter. I'd love to fight him.
I need to get, I would love to get it. I just don't think he'll come up. Well, I mean, I'm not even at 168 no more.
Right.
But I mean, I would love to try to fight Crawford, or even spar. I would love to spar Crawford.
When you see a tweet that says, hey, can you make 168, David, from Turkey? Can he still make 168? You seeing him now training at second fight at 175?
I think he's super young still. I think definitely, I don't think, it would be a little bit hard, but I think he could definitely do 168. We didn't move to 175 because of the weight. We moved because...
Fans are excited to see Crawford face David Beas. And now Jose Beas Sr. says David could move down to 168 pounds to take on Crawford.
I think referring to maybe if David could go and fight Crawford, like, that's crazy.
To be honest, that would be even an embarrassment to me to say, David's too big for Crawford. Now we said that, I don't think, it would be a little bit hard, but I think he could definitely do 168. We didn't move to 175 because of the weight. We moved because...
David will face tough challenges, but he has what it takes to handle them. His jump to 175 wasn't just about waiting, it was about seizing the right chance. And when big money from places like Saudi Arabia comes into play, fighters always find a way to make the fight happen.
168.
To be honest with you, man, let Terence Crawford live. That's his weight class.
Okay.
I lost interest in 168 a long time ago. I know that we could get offered a lot of money to go down to 168, but I'm more...
David can still compete at 168, so a Crawford versus Beas fight next year is very much possible. With Turkey in the mix, anything could happen. Combining Crawford's smart, precise movement with Beas' non-stop pressure would make for a matchup that's equal parts strategy and intensity.
When we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. When you look...
Right, not now. At 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168. No.
On one side, there's legacy. On the other, a fighter looking to prove himself. With massive audience and pay-per-view appeal, if promoters pull it off, expect intense training, tight weight management, and a fight night that will have every boxing fan buzzing. Watch closely. This could move from rumor to reality faster than you think.
Social media asking if David Benavidez is still capable of making it down to 168. Now, we're not sure if this little tease that Turkey made was targeted as a hint for a future fight between Crawford and Benavidez, or Canelo.
As excitement builds for Crawford versus Benavidez Group, Blue Blood Sports TV put things in perspective, saying, "You can't call PBC opportunists if you're the one asking for the Canelo fight." And he's right. You can't change history just because the spotlight didn't shine on you.
Crawford achieved is massive compared to yourself that people say technically should have been at 175. So you cannot discredit Terence Crawford and say he's an opportunist, because this is the same version of Canelo Alvarez that you wanted to fight. And you would have wanted to get all the credit in the world for beating this Canelo, and you wouldn't have wanted to hear people talk about you as an opportunist and you fought a version of Canelo Alvarez that was...
He spent years chasing Canelo across divisions, calling him out non-stop. Now that buck won, some say that Canelo was past his prime, like refusing a slice of cake after someone else ate it. Sure, Benavidez deserved that fight earlier, and WBC politics made it harder, but dismissing Crawford now is just emotional.
Credit Terence Crawford's victory. That's nasty work, bro. And you one of my guys, you know that. And shout out to your father and your brother. Don't let these people put batteries in your back for you to discredit Terence Crawford's victory. Don't let it happen, bro. We know a disservice was done to you. We know you should have been got the Canelo Alvarez fight. We already know that. But don't say this was a washed-up version of Canelo Alvarez, because you would have accepted this same fight.
To do what few would dare, he moved up 21 pounds to face a fighter everyone feared. If David drops back to 168 for Crawford, that's bold. But until the fight happens, remember, Crawford completely changed the game. Love him or hate him, he made history, and the only opportunism was his perfect timing, which made everyone else look small.
You would have fought the same version of Canelo Alvarez and expected all the credit in the world. So you can't discredit Terence Crawford and say his fight and beating him was opportune.
As the Bud versus Benavidez saga heats up, a new twist emerges. Team Crawford reportedly wants $100 million for his next fight. That's not a purse, it's a jackpot. Fans love Bud, but at that price, it's almost like he's facing Thanos. Because unless Turkey starts printing money, who's signing that check?
With what Bernie of Team Crawford said, right? He says, quote, I think Terence Crawford is done. If it ain't $100 million to go down and fight those guys like Janabek, Edislandi Lara, and Carlos Adames, let them guys do all the hard work. $100 million? What you think you got? Kelsey Grammer? Chelsea Clinton?
Crawford's move sends a clear message. I've mastered boxing, now pay me like a legend. He dominated Canelo, making him look stuck in the ring, and it's no surprise he feels untouchable. Dropping names like Jermel Charlo and Carlos Adams with a $100 million price tag may sound like fantasy, but you can't ignore the confidence. Bud is saying that if he fights again, it's either for generational money or he's already enjoying generational wealth. And honestly, he's earned it. Now it's up to the boxing world to decide if anyone is willing to meet that price.
You know, I'm not mad at it. Crawford's team, they want $100 million. You know, Crawford needs $100 million to perform or to get back in the ring, or he might retire. Then, in my opinion, if that is your real asking price, you might have to retire, because no one needs to see a Canelo rematch. And fights like Lara, Janabek.
Right after announcing he wanted $100 million, Crawford revealed the story behind the Canelo fight, and it's crazy. It wasn't just about the money. Bill Haney Young, Devin's dad, suggested going after Canelo even before Crawford faced Spence in the gym. At first, Bud thought, forget Spence, go for Canelo, but then he noticed how big Canelo was. Then it hit him, wait, we're the same height. That's when everything clicked.
I thought this was after.
No, this is before.
Crawford Spence won.
He said, man, don't even stop chasing Errol Spence. He was like, man, the guy to focus and chase is Canelo.
Really?
He was like, man, you can beat him. He was like, man, Spence, Canelo. And like every time I see him, he'd be like, Canelo.
Be honest, that's Bud's brilliance. He moves on belief, not ego. He broke down Canelo's style like it was a championship thesis, and Bill Haney's advice clearly stuck. When Canelo's team claimed Crawford doesn't sell, Bud basically shrugged, fine, ignore me. I'm the real draw now. That's classic Budcom on the outside, but you just know someone's getting roasted behind the scenes.
All right, we the same height, around the same size. Like, he a little thicker, okay. I'm starting to look into it now because he already planted the seed, but now I'm like looking into it. Like, let me see what Bill
talking about.
Bill look
See
at now, what he see. So I'm, okay. This is what he talking about. Cause he like, man, he's not a big dude. He just kept saying he's not a big dude and you can beat him. And then when I looked into it, I'm like, damn, Bill right.
The Canelo plan was wild, but the behind-the-scenes story is even crazier. Bud spent 9-hour sessions in Saudi Arabia, sitting in a back room like he was cracking a secret level, surrounded by people speaking a different language, texting, calling, whispering, while all he wanted was to talk to Turkey. They said no because Turkey's his friend and might go easy, too friendly to handle the deal. That's when it hit me, he's not just a fighter. Bud runs his career like the CEO of Team Crawford, holding his ground for 9 hours straight, no lawyer or middleman, leaving both sides half satisfied and half broken.
Then we went to the little back room, and we was there for like 9 hours.
Dang.
Going back and forth.
Dang.
You know, they not budging, I'm not budging. I'm in that mug like this. I'm like,
By yourself.
by myself. And they like, they calling Turkey. He's not. they talking in their language and texting, and
He said it wasn't the deal they, or even he, wanted, but it's done, and you could feel the chess move land. Crawford didn't just set up a fight, he locked in a legacy clause. Anyone thinking he did it just for money needs to rethink it. Who fights for free? He's been overlooked, underestimated, told he doesn't sell, yet here he is, negotiating on another continent, chasing greatness like it owes him. He's no longer just fighting opponents. He's challenging systems, narratives, and somehow keeps winning every round.
You know what I mean? Like, you can see Turkey when you get the deal done. And I'm like, oh man, listen, what y'all talking about ain't making sense. You know,
Did you have a number though?
Yeah.
Or you kind of had a number like, I want to be in this range,
Yeah,
right? here?
I had a number and it was just like, they like, man, listen, we gonna have to talk. so we all in that motherfucker for like, you know what I mean, 9 hours, dog.
9 hours, bro.
I'm telling you. I'm
Straight?
Crawford versus Benavidez isn't just another match. It's a clash of skill and strength, experience and ambition, with pride on the line. Whether at 168 or 175 pounds, both fighters are aiming for the next big challenge. The big question, who's hungrier? Has Crawford still got the drive after beating Canelo, or is Benavidez ready to show he's more than just an overlooked contender? The world is watching, and if the money's right, this fight could be on. Who comes out on top, the masterful technician or the raw powerhouse? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.